Hi, welcome to this first Spanish lesson. I am Natalia. I am an English and Spanish teacher. I have been a teacher for over 6 years now, and I love how I am always exposed to the brain of an English speaking person learning Spanish, and at the same time, to the brain of a Spanish speaking person learning English. So I am always there watching the connections, the questions, those moments where the languages seem so different, or they are similar or quite there, but not completely, or those moments where you really need to change your perspective. And that's how I created this material. This is going to help you to build a really nice foundation. I'm going to give you vocabulary. You're going to listen to my pronunciation. You are going to talk today. And it's going to be very simple, very easy. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments. Without any further ado, let's start the lesson. Have fun! So we are going to start with I want. Quiero. Quiero. The U is silent, just in case. When we have those three letters together, the Q, the U, and the U is silent. So, you only hear the Q and the I. Qui. Quiero. To do, to make is the same thing, just one word for both. Hacer. Hacer. The H is silent. Hacer. Something. Algo. So what if we put everything together and we say, I want to do something? Quiero hacer algo. Interesting in Spanish is interesante. Interesante. So how would you say I want to do something interesting? Quiero hacer algo interesante. Today. Hoy. Again, the H is silent. Hoy. I want to do something today. Quiero hacer algo hoy. To eat in Spanish is comer. Comer. I want to eat something. Quiero comer algo. I can. Puedo. Puedo. Just in case, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm not saying the word I. The word I is yo. But in Spanish, we tend to drop the subject because we already know that puedo means I can. So it wouldn't work to say you can with the same word. Puedo means I can. Tonight, two words. Esta noche. Esta noche. So how would you say I can do something tonight? Remember, you can pause the video if you need to. Puedo hacer algo esta noche. Where? ¿Dónde? ¿Dónde? To go. Ir. Ir. And now I am showing you here I can and can I is the same thing. So how do we know the difference? I can is an affirmation, right? And can I is something that you use when you're asking a question. So puedo, a little more flat, is I can. But if you want to ask a question, you can add a tone that is going to sound like a question. For example, you say, can I? ¿Puedo? ¿Puedo? You can hear the doubt in my voice. So one more time. I can would be puedo. A little more flat. Puedo. And can I? Puedo. Puedo. So how would you say, where can I go? ¿Dónde puedo ir? Where can I go tonight? Do you remember tonight? 2 words. ¿Dónde puedo ir esta noche? To buy is comprar. Comprar. So how would you say, where can I buy something? ¿Dónde puedo comprar algo? With you. Contigo. Just one word. Contigo. And how would you say, can I go with you? ¿Puedo ir contigo? Now remember, you need to flip it in English and say, can I? Right? And the affirmation is, I can. But we don't do that in Spanish. So if we say, can I go with you? Or I can go with you. As you can see, we use the exact same words and the exact same order. The only difference, at least here where you can read it, is the question mark. But then when you are talking, it's the tone. You can hear the tone of doubt in my voice. So, can I go with you? ¿Puedo ir contigo? And I can go with you. ¿Puedo ir contigo? One more time. ¿Puedo ir contigo? ¿Puedo ir contigo? Now, if we say and, in Spanish it's just one letter. E. Sounds just like the letter I, right? E. So how would you say, I want to go with you and buy something? Quiero ir contigo y comprar algo. I want to go with you and eat something. Quiero ir contigo y comer algo. Now, how would you say this? I want to go with you and eat something tonight. Quiero ir contigo y comer algo esta noche. Quiero ir contigo y comer algo esta noche. I want to eat something interesting today. Quiero comer algo interesante hoy. Quiero comer algo interesante hoy. Tomorrow. Mañana. Mañana. So how would you say, I want to eat something with you tomorrow? Quiero comer algo contigo mañana. Now, we can talk about simple things, but just in case, I want to make sure that you also know little details. So, for example, how would you say no in Spanish? No, no. So, in English, you have like a little U, right? No, no. But for us, it's just like an O. No, no. And how would you say yes? Sí, sí. Now, I want to talk about this thing in Spanish. We call it like a gender because we have feminine words and masculine words. So, as an example, I'm going to use kid. If we are talking about a boy, we would say niño. And we know that this is masculine because the word ends with the letter O. And if we are talking about a girl, we know that it's a girl because it ends with the letter A. So that makes the word niña a feminine word. Now, there is a detail. When we are using the plural version, let's say only boys, niños, we add the S, just like in English. Then if we talk about only girls, niñas. But I say that the masculine wins because if we have just one boy and 10 girls, or one girl and 10 boys, the word is the same, niños. Now we can talk about this word, da. This one is also feminine or masculine. We have la as the feminine and el as the masculine version. For example, if we say the beach, we will need to think beach is feminine or masculine. Beach in Spanish is a feminine word. The word is playa. Playa ends with the letter A. That's how we know that playa is feminine. And that's how we know that when we want to say the beach, we are going to say la playa. La playa. Now, what about the store? The store. Store is feminine, masculine. Store is feminine because the word ends with the letter A. The store is tienda. La tienda. Now, the city, and you have to ask yourself the same question. City is feminine or masculine? You can always check not the last letter, but at least the last vowel, right? Because we are trying to see if we see the A or the O at the end. The last vowel is A. Okay, so that's how we know that la ciudad is feminine. La ciudad. Now, if you need to say is, in Spanish we say es. Es. If we talk about the word this, we would see that we have a feminine version and a masculine version, and also a neutral version. Okay, so let's see. We have este, that's masculine. We have esta as the feminine version, and we have esto. And maybe you're wondering, like, okay, when can I use the neutral version? When can I use esto? Normally, you use it when you drop that thing, you drop the noun. For example, you can say this car, but sometimes you just say this, right? Like, I want this, not I want this car, I want this. So it's very good to use it there or at the same time if you are comparing objects, like, do you want this or this? Do you want esto or esto? Now we have that. Same thing. We have a masculine version, a feminine version, and a neutral version. But it's really simple because, for example, we have been talking about esto, esta, este. One more time. Este, esta, esto. So, you just need to drop the letter T. Ese is masculine, esa is feminine, and eso is neutral. Museum, in Spanish, museo. Museo. So how would you say this museum? este museo. So how would you say this museum is interesting? Este museo es interesante. Now, let's talk about some exceptions. Weather. The word weather is clima, ends with the letter A, but it's not feminine. It's masculine. So the weather is el clima. El clima. Water is feminine. We should say la agua, but we don't like that sound because the main sound in the word agua is at the very beginning. Ah, agua, agua. So that's why we said we are going to use el agua. And another exception is the word place. Place in Spanish is lugar. So if you check the last vowel is the letter A, it should be feminine, but it is masculine. So the place is el lugar. El lugar. So this is the end of lesson 1. Thanks for watching the video. You can subscribe, leave some comments, and I will upload the second part soon. Remember, you can rewatch the video if you need to take notes. That's very helpful. Everything that you do in order to stay connected to Spanish will help you to improve quickly. So, see you soon. Bye.